Am I the butthole for faking sleeping all night to see if my wife is lying? The past couple of months, my wife has been complaining about our cats. She's been claiming that the cats wake her up constantly and that she's frustrated every night that she has to get up and open the door for the cats, or the cats keep making noises, or the cats keep jumping on her. It got to the point where she started saying she wants me to get rid of them. I told her I've never seen or heard any of this, but she claims I sleep through it all. She kept telling me she was getting less and less sleep and kept acting aggressive, blaming lack of sleep from the cats, and that if I didn't get rid of them, she'd leave me. I legitimately started considering giving the cats to my sister, until I noticed something. One morning she claimed she had gotten up multiple times throughout the night to help the cats. She listed a bunch of times. I thought it was weird, because I had been up until 4 a.m., and she claimed that she got up at 1 a.m. to open the door for them, and a few times around 3 a.m. because they were meowing and jumping on her. I was in the bedroom the entire time while she slept, and I know none of that happened. Things weren't adding up, so I decided to run a test. I waited until she said she was going to bed, and then I let the cats out of our bedroom, lowered my phone brightness, and faked going to sleep. I just laid there in bed for the entire night, bored, but I definitely did not fall asleep. I made sure to make timestamps every 30 minutes on my phone through Discord just to be sure. I marked down every noise my cats made. One cat had jumped down from something and made a little sound at 3:18 a.m., and one ate food relatively quietly by the bedroom door at 4:57 a.m. Other than that, nothing happened. Sure enough, my wife slept from 11 p.m. until 9 a.m., and that morning she claimed she had woken up at least 7 times to open doors and from cat noises and cats jumping on her. At this point, I was pissed because she was clearly lying to me. I was exhausted and fed up with the lies, so I just bluntly called her out on it. I told her, "That's funny. I stayed up all night to monitor the cats, and they weren't even in the room at all last night. I have timestamps and everything. So you've been lying to me and trying to convince me to get rid of my cats? Why?" She just sat there quietly shaking and looking pissed, then got up and left without answering. She came back hours later and ignored me whenever I talked, and when I asked her how I'm the bad guy in this situation, she finally said that I was treating her like a child by lying about sleeping and staying up all night just to see if she was lying or not, and that making timestamps and everything as if I was an investigator was going too far and makes me an obsessive butthole. I did it because she was threatening to make me get rid of my cats or she'd leave me, and her claims didn't add up. So, am I an obsessive butthole? Not the butthole. That was gaslighting and manipulative, and if she had issues with your cat she should have said so directly. Don't let her flip this around on you either by making you out to be the bad guy for catching her in a lie. It's a classic move to shift blame, don't fall for it. Exactly, Lord knows I've dealt with this from my narcissistic ex, you just have to realize they're doing their best to make you feel like the problem. Feel you there, obvious narcissist. It will only get worse. If this behavior is sudden, a visit to the physician and possible psychiatrist may be of some assistance. With the blame shifting maybe not so much, but this is just extremely bizarre. How to confirm with yourself that you are truly not the one in the wrong? Even when I know I'm being manipulated, my feelings jump in and I don't want the person to be upset. I feel guilty for no reason. The other person has another manipulative win. If you tell the other person about the manipulation, they react negatively. I believe they know they are doing it, but it's a personality reflex. How to confirm with yourself that you are truly not the one in the wrong? He proved it by literally staying up and marking it down every 30 minutes to make sure he was right. That's how, with real proof and evidence. I believe Muzou was asking for help. Muzou, if you've been dealing with this for a while, then you've suffered emotional damage from it. What you said in your post confirms that. Get counseling. You need support in recovering from the damage that has been done to you and with developing a skill set that will help you deal with this in the future, or with leaving this person, or these people. There's online help available, so you can get support without anyone else knowing about it. Just be sure to find someone experienced in helping people in your situation. There are support groups as well. I found this on Google to help you get started. Web link. In my experience, I've noticed that most narcissists try to get a harsh reaction out of you just so they can play the victim game. It really angers them when you don't play their game. Woman got a solid 10 hours sleep. She needs it to plan her next attention-grabbing stunt. Maybe the dog is getting underfoot, causing her to trip and fall. This whole narrative is focused on getting the most attention while expending the least effort. Throw in no longer working while hubby works 80+ hours per week as a bonus. Pack in a pool boy lover, and you have a narcissistic wife's wet dream. I believe they know they are doing it, but it's a personality reflex. This can vary. Narcissism is a spectrum. All of us have narcissistic moments and traits, but for most it's minimal and we have enough self-awareness and empathy to usually catch ourselves behaving that way and stop and/or apologize. Someone farther down the spectrum, someone we would consider a narcissist, worse, a toxic narcissist. Sometimes it's a reflexive response to hide and protect the fragile ego they try so hard to keep covered up. A defense mechanism stemming from deeper issues. Sometimes it's calculated and thought out and they know exactly what they're doing. I've had the good fortune of having dated 2 of them. One was just kind of the run-of-the-mill angry, oversensitive toxic narcissist. He mostly just reflexively reacted with anger, nagging, and gaslighting. The other was a full-blown sociopathic narcissist. Sounds like a dramatic label, I know, but I'm not exaggerating. It's a long story, but suffice it to say he's a self-serving monster with zero sense of empathy or remorse. After 5 years I found out everything I knew about him was a lie. He was that good. He knew exactly what he was doing, how to play everyone around him, how to manipulate and isolate me. He was very calm and calculated and planned all of his elaborate lies. Even after I blew the lid off of his sham publicly, a sham that hurt and used multiple people, not just me, and people believed it, he literally left town once the truth came out. It was pretty obvious he was guilty. Some people still forgave him and had accepted him back as a friend. He was that good. Anyway, just trying to kind of explain where I'm coming from, that I know what you're going through. Because I went through those same mental battles. I have been where you are and you sound a lot like me. A little insecure, highly tuned to how you make the people around you feel, quick to apologize and feel bad if you've rocked the boat, wanting to give people the benefit of the doubt. Empathy, compassion, and wanting to see the good in people are admirable and good traits, but sadly, they make us easy targets for people like that. I don't know you or your relationship, but the best advice I can give you is trust your gut and look out for yourself. It sounds like you already know what's going on, how you're being treated, that it's wrong. Don't spend any more time letting your mental health dwindle away at the hands of someone who doesn't care about it. If your instincts are telling you something is wrong, listen. Being highly empathetic is a double-edged sword. We've got good instincts about people and can pick up their vibes more easily, but we're so sensitive to how they feel and worry about how we might make them feel that we suppress those instincts for their sake, whether they deserve it or not. Speak to a therapist to help you get some third-party objective insight. I'm not trying to tell you you're definitely with a narcissist that's hurting you. I'm not trying to be that Reddit cliché of crying out red flag and insisting you leave. I don't know nearly enough about you to make any of those judgment calls. You do though, you do know. So again, the best advice I can give is trust your own gut and don't be afraid to put your well-being first if you're being mistreated. Feel free to DM if you need a little moral support. If that's really the situation you're in and you decide you want to act on it, I know how hard it is to muster up the nerve to call them out and then walk away. I know I couldn't have done it alone. It took a good friend finally catching me letting my guard down and talking about how bad it was and seeing through the whole facade and supporting me and backing me up when I finally made my move and got out. Stay safe, happy, and healthy. Oh my God. It gave me a mild panic attack just to read your one sentence. Being married to someone with narcissistic personality disorder for 10 years does that, I guess. I hope you're doing okay now. Thank you. I honestly don't know how I am doing. I guess I am fine. But I don't trust anyone and that is not who I used to be. I'm sure you've heard this before, but you're allowed to be happy. I wish my father would have left my mother and modeled how to be a strong person. It would have cost me a lot less money in adult therapy to get to where I am now. Wishing you well. Hugs. I am divorced from an undiagnosed narc and felt this to my core too. Gaslighting is terrible. God same. Every lie I caught him in, suddenly I was the villain for catching him. Honestly, I would go a step further, but I'm petty as hell, and suggest she talk to a neurologist if she's having such hallucinations about the cats. Maybe she's got a brain tumor or emerging psychosis, which are not things to joke about, but lying to get rid of pets is also not cool. This is just upping the ante. I'm not saying you're lying. I believe that you have experienced this. Let's research doctors, just to be sure. Hopefully she isn't actually experiencing this though, that would be so sad. Seriously, though, she's probably just grouchy because she sleeps for 10 hours at night. Studies show that it's too long. Also, who asks someone to choose between him and her and their pets? Too much to ask. Not the butthole. ETA, thanks for the info. I didn't know that 10 hours was common. I've just read studies about the potential health concerns caused by sleeping for over 9 hours or undersleeping regularly. I know we're all different though. Didn't mean to upset anyone, sorry if I did. Hey, everyone has different sleep needs. That seems like a pretty wild accusation. Raised hand, I am a person who aims to sleep 9 to 10 hours a night, more if I can, because I need it. Great advice, user chunky_bloody_queefs, Reddit link. r/rimjob_Steve, Reddit link. Agreed. I actually see a lot of my younger self in Ob's wife. I was raised a major people pleaser and therefore had, and still have some days, a very hard time articulating my real reasons for wanting something, especially if it was an illogical reason like anxiety or just preference. Needing a logical argument for everything can lead to lying to get the desired effect. And of course, anytime you get caught in a lie, there's major shame. That is exactly what I see in her accusation of treating her like a child. I don't know why it is that she wants the cats gone, but that's the desired outcome for her. Maybe their dirty paws on the counter are grossing her out, or she doesn't want to take them into account when moving to a new apartment, or she wants a dog. Or maybe she's looking for a reason that she needs to leave. Original poster, and I just don't feel like being in this relationship anymore feels less logical than I couldn't deal with his cats. Who knows? This isn't to excuse her behavior, it absolutely is manipulative and not an adult way of communication. However, if your relationship in general is something you want to keep, this feels like something a marriage counselor might be able to help the two of you communicate better. Exactly this. Duh. A pet is a big responsibility to have, it's just really difficult when you have someone in your relationship who doesn't love your pet as much as you do. Which will make this decision very difficult. I think what you did was very honest, you told her exactly what happened. But the thing is, she's being dishonest with you. If she doesn't like the cats or something that they're doing, then she should let you know so then you guys could figure something out and have a compromise. But her lying to you, that really hurts. I have 3 cats of my own, and if someone wanted me to get rid of them, I don't know if I could. In this situation you are not the I think you should sit down and have a conversation with her what the real reason is that she doesn't like the cats. Or maybe she's just not a cat person. Not the butthole, but you've kind of called her bluff about her leaving you. Now you've removed the cat's excuse from the equation. Wishing you all the best. I mean, if it's she or the cats. And you're on the fence. Why the hell are you two still together? She's told you she wants the cats gone. She's told you she will leave you if the cats aren't gone. Your choice was a power move, sure. But at what cost? She still wants the cats out. If you're in a marriage where one partner is giving ultimatums based off lies, I don't think getting rid of a few cats are going to save the relationship. Mic drop. Do not have kids with this manipulative blankety blank. Please watch your language. Kids can read this. Sorry. He meant blankety blank. 100%, she's a liar that's willing to manipulate and throw ultimatums to get what she wants. The cats clearly aren't actually doing anything to her. So why does she want them gone? Just doesn't like cats? Some kind of power play? Just odd you'd marry someone with cats and then try to get rid of the cats. I find that a lot of people without pets, or who hate pets, don't understand the bond that pet owners have with their pets. They see the pets more like an ugly sweater that they can talk the partner into getting rid of easily. They don't see the cats as an obstacle and assume they can just get rid of them after the marriage. Also see people who are all lol, it's just a dog when you're upset because your beloved companion passed away. They just don't understand the bond. This is it exactly. Not the butthole. Get rid of the wife, not the cats. It's not only a matter of understanding, but also a lack of general empathy. You don't have to have the same interests to respect someone else's. Someone who makes fun of caring about a pet, or anything else they may care about, is a butthole, plain and simple. I remember seeing a story on here a while ago about a couple who had a dog, his before the marriage, and the wife had been fine with it for a long time, but then suddenly started pushing to rehome the dog. It turned out her parents were expecting to move in with them and didn't like dogs, so they were in her ear telling her to get rid of it. So original poster should examine whether there are any friends or relatives in the picture who might be looking to benefit at the cat's expense. Another possibility could be that she's buying into the myth of cats smothering babies, and she's either pregnant already, is it usual for her to sleep so long? Or looking to be soon, and is trying to preemptively get rid of them. She is probably jealous of the cats. I think my stepmom killed my dad's dog because she was jealous of how he treated it. Some people are just effing insane. Agree with this. Now is the cats. Once the cats are gone, there's going to be another excuse. And the big thing here is, if she's lying about the cats, what else is she lying about? Not the butthole op. Best of luck. Gaslighting and manipulation aren't one-time things. If she's okay with lying to you in order to get you to get rid of the cats, I can't even imagine the tactics she'll try when the stakes are higher, and she knows this works. I agree with this comment so much. Would original poster want to stay together with someone so manipulative? How would original poster trust them? If she were honest and brought it up, it would be one thing, but I'm not sure if I personally would believe a word wife said for a while. The cats are an excuse. If he got rid of them, she would move on to a different problem. Guessing she isn't happy, but doesn't want to be the divorce initiate. Not the butthole. Exactly this. It's not about the cats. Sounds like she wants to leave and is using the cats as an excuse because she's too cowardly to discuss this in a mature way. Yeah, the cats are not the real thing here. It's possible there's a medical or psychological aspect to this. This past year has been enough to create issues for anyone. If I were her and I were convinced that this had happened and someone was ambushing me by proving my perspective of reality was incorrect, I might react angrily and defensively as well, especially if I'm struggling. It's also possible, as others have mentioned, that this reflects relational issues. Maybe she genuinely hates cats, but if she's lying to you in order to get you to either give the cats away or she leaves, something has made leaving an option worth lying about. Maybe y'all have changed. Maybe you've changed. Maybe she has. Something is off. Not the butthole on this bit, but the cats aren't really the thing. The healthy way to address this would be for her to be honest about her reason for wanting to get rid of the cats. Are there too many? Is there food/boxes in the way? Is the cat hair out of control? Etc. And then allow for an open conversation about how to fix those issues. Lying about the problem and presenting exactly one draconian ultimatum is not the way to move forward in a way that's long-term healthy. Giving in would reward her terrible behavior, lying, and punish both original poster and the cats. I'll allow that maybe she has vivid dreams or is suffering repeated bouts of sleep paralysis. That won't get remedied until she faces the truth of the situation though. If that's the case, original poster has helped by providing evidence. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube and share them with your friends. We welcome your comments below. Press to start another of our videos.